Ja oikein loistava päivää juuri sinulle siellä arvon katselle. Tervetuloa Merkkari striimipalvelujen pariin. Tänään pelaillaan Disco Elysium. Jätin tänne kirkkoon. Mennään katsomaan, täällä on tosiaan tuo tietokone, miten me voitais häblää kyllä itse. Ja sitten täällä on joku tällainen. Mä en tiedä, haluanko mennä tonne eka, vaan menkö mä tuolla tietokone. Ehkä mennä tuolla tietokone ekana.
A machine stands in the corner.
Radios, computers.
On the stained glass window. The lieutenant doesn't say anything, but you can sense that he doesn't like you meddling with the machine.
But wait, I'm a genius with this. Let me investigate.
You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses.
Mondolle kanssa oikein loistava. Oikein loistava. Look inside the compartment.
Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies.
Ja
Silver tape
tiistaitahan
on the
kyllä,
side
kyllä.
says, in black marker, log, February to March. This is the machine's filament memory. Press play to access its contents.
Okei. Se oli lähellä. Me onnistuttiin. Play.
A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident on Saint-Brune. This is the East Insulindian Repeat Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
This is a human interface. A retired person sitting behind a switchboard somewhere.
What's the personal log?
The filament you have inserted into the core.
You mean the glowing thing with the tape on it that said log Feb Mar?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. Is this the personal log?
Yes.
Good. Please repeat the password.
What the fuck?
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer.
Eipä.
Maybe he knows something.
Tykkään tästä konseptista, että tietokoneet on mummoja vastailemassa. Se on mun mielestä... Jokaisen meidän tietokoneen sisällä asuu mummo. Jokaisen tietokoneeseen, aina kun tulee uudet komponentit, niin se on niin sanotusti nuorekas mummo. Ja sitten kun ne komponentit vanhenee, niin se mummo vanhenee ja se hidastuu. Se on se juttu. Mun tietokoneen sisällä istuu tosi vanha mummo. Se yrittää parhaansa edelleen pyörittää kaikkia asioita. This is the police. Please open this thing.
I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder for stress accident.
Halusin vaan Googlea,
Without
oli kyllä yllätys.
signing a warrant with Intel, I cannot give you access to this filament.
Fuck.
I'm afraid we are not doing that. Unless we want to wait for a month.
Now, can you please repeat the password?
Can you give me a hint?
No.
Aha. Is it my birthday?
Still no.
I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt. Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Fortress accident sounds familiar.
The company on whose name the terminal you're currently using has been registered to.
Do you have any other information about this company?
One moment. Fortress Accident SCS produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what the catalog says.
That's not bad.
So conceptual.
I wouldn't know. I'm only here for passwords.
And what's that? This interactive call-in radio game?
Any other questions?
Okay. What are you, a machine or are you alive?
Yes, I am alive. I am 74 years old and my name is Yvonne.
Hyvä Yvonne.
She repeats passwords. Programming people are paranoid.
Käsittämätöntä. Okei, en mä tätä voi sanoa suoraan. Where are you? How did you know where I am?
I work as a repeater at the East Insulindian repeater station. It's my job to know where you are for this accident.
Okay.
As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded by a wall of radios.
Kuulostaa hyvältä hommalta kyllä.
On an island on the River Esperance, a small woman, all skin and bones, sits in a room filled with audio equipment. Thousands of tiny lights are reflected back from her prescription lenses, like stars in the dark. Doesn't it get lonely, sitting there all by herself?
Lonely? Why would it get lonely? I get to talk all day to people like you over a warm cup of tea.
That's why she does this.
Now, please tell me if there's anything else I can do for you for this accident.
Thanks, but I'm finished with this call. Press off silent.
Goodbye for this accident.
Joo.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print buttons.
Uskallanko painaa tuota printtiä? Mä vielä painoin, tutkitaan vähän paikkoja, jos täältä löytyisi jotain. Jos mennään juttelemaan tosiaan sille. Siinähän on joku... Someone's siphoning electrical current from outside into this anden. No vähän kiinnostaa, mikä tää juttu on.
In white, silver, and apricot
Tosi
faience,
makea näköinen.
the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad. A dark and radiant majesty.
Milloin saadaan Yvonne Twitchiin? Tarvitaan tänne kanssa.
This is her innocence, Dolores Day.
Dolores Day, her innocence.
Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel.
Leave me alone, woman. Mä polvista.
Your knees touch the floor. The floorboards are hard and cold. There you kneel among the snowdrifts, diffuse light falling on your hands from beyond the glass.
Close your eyes first.
The world is silent, but for the creaks and cracks of the massive wooden structure behind you, it covers you from the wind outside.
Siis kun nää ei ole oikeesti niinku isoja asioita, että se, että jos sulla on niinku vaihtoehto, että close your eyes ja ruutu menee mustaksi sen jälkeen, mutta kun ne jotenkin vaan tavallaan niinku, vittu, tää tekee asiat niin helvetin upeasti. Tosi tällaisia pieniä makeita yksityiskohtia näissä jutuissa.
The ocean feels distant. Its ebb and flow blocked off by the centuries-old pinewood sarcophagus around you.
Ja siis tää kerronta vielä tähän päälle, niin se on jotenkin todella makea. Ja peteen peli. 37 kuukautta. Ollaan kirkossa polvistautumassa, polvistumassa. Iso kiitos.
Still going strong.
Still going strong. Mitäs sinne kuule Petelle? Oikein loistavaa kevättä. Täytyy hörpätä kyllä tässä vaiheessa. Tää muista ladata mun korkki. Mulla tosiaan nyt pari päivää ollut pimeänä. Pari päivää ollut pullo pimeänä, niin pitäisi laittaa korkki latinkiin.
In the darkness, you sense her eyes on you, inspecting you with their multicolored glass, as if you're a bug under a microscope.
Open your eyes.
The woman looks down at you kneeling. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips, and a glint in her green-blue eye of what? Compassion? Remorse? She acknowledges the passing of someone who is still alive. You. As that useless word passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder.
Do the same as you get up.
Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times. Then you rise from your knees into the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass.
Okei, eli meillä on encyclopedia. Oispa meidän hattu. Joo, tänään kanssa sadepäivä ollut täällä. Vähän sellainen, haiskahtaa sellaiselta vähän kosteelta ja tunkkaselta, mutta tekee sade ihan hyvää kyllä. Ihan hyvää kyllä, ja kyllähän se taas vissiin loppuviikkoa kohti alkaa lämpönöä. Vaikka videopelit ovat pääsäännöllisesti visuaalinen media, kyllä tämä pikkutarkka asioiden kuvailu toimii, jos peli on hyvin kirjoitettu. Jep, ja tässä nimenomaan, kun tämä teksti on niin helvetin loistavaa, ja se, että kuinka hyvin niin kuin, asiat visualisoidaan niin kuin tekstin kautta myös. Totta kai tässä myös näkee asioita, mutta just tollaset, niin kuin, että silmät kiinni, ruutu menee mustaksi, sen jälkeen tulee muutama rivi tekstiä siitä, mitä sä aistit ympärilläsi, niin se on, tää vaan tekee se helvetin hyvin. Helvetin hyvin. Eli How Did I Know This is the Mother of Humanism? 58 Encyclopedia, sitten on Visual Calculus. Reconstruct the Cracked Class. 28. Meillä saattaa olla kalkulukseen ehkä jotain, encyclopedia ehkä jotain, mutta this is Dolores Day.
The old woman in the village was right. This must be the Dolorian Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the small Pinewood Church in some records.
You knew of the place.
It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Ravachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
What else do you know?
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they call them. The 7 Sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution, used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find anything connected to the lynching here. Something else, perhaps?
Respectful? Is the lieutenant a follower of DeLoreanism? A pang of guilt? The lieutenant is leaving something out.
Do you know why it was abandoned? Mä en tiedä välttämättä silleen niinku respectful, mistä lieutenant follower DeLoreanism, niin mä en itse koe olevani oikeastaan millään tapaa esimerkiksi niinku uskovainen. Tietyllä tapaa niinku konsepti uskosta on mun mielestä ihan fine, ja se on, että jos sä saat siitä itselle rauhaa ja voimaa, niin mun mielestä se on vaan hyvä juttu. Uskonnot itsessään on varsinkin niin kuin ääripäissään niin tosi problemaattisia, ja tietyllä tapaa se, että myös kirkko itsessään on mun mielestä aika problemaattinen niin kuin konseptina, mutta niin kuin, sit taas se, että vaikka en koe olevani uskovainen, niin siitä huolimatta mä kuitenkin jollain tapaa kirkkoa taas niin kuin rakennuksena, niin mulla on kunnioitus, ja vaikka en itse usko, niin siitä huolimatta, niin kirkossa olen kyllä todella niin kuin kunnioittavalla asenteella. Et se ei se välttämättä kerro sitä, että vaikka niin kuin tätäkin aluetta Kimi pitää niin kuin kunnioittavana ja näin, mutta ethän itse olisi millään tapaa niin kuin kyseisessä uskossa. Do you know why it was abandoned?
I have a theory, yes. There was a police raid a while back. I heard the place was shot to pieces. The old woman in the village was being tactful with us when she didn't mention it. She has more respect for the RCM than many around here.
Who conducted this raid?
Well, your station was involved, I hear. Although I can't be sure.
You're not sure?
3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them.
I don't remember being here.
I am pretty sure it was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything more about it, why it was conducted, or who participated. I try not to pry into extra-district matters.
If I was here, I should find out what I was doing.
Good luck. You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary just by calling. If you really don't remember, it might be better to keep this one forgotten.
Sekin on toki pointti.
It happened a while ago. It's unimportant to our business in Martinez now.
Are you a follower of Dolorianism?
Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we enforce are Delorian in origin.
I didn't think you were spiritual.
It's not spiritual, it's constitutional.
Yeah.
The Delorian system does not demand faith, only accordance.
Joo. Eli Encyclopedia Visual Calculus. Mä katon noin. Visual Calculus tulisi siitä 1. Löydäänpä se. Ja mikä se toinen oli? Tämä on kyllä. Siinä olisi kans Visual Calculusta. Encyclopedia eikö ollut? Oli. Siitä me saatais 2. Composure, Perception. Mitä nää kengät antaa? Empathy. Interfacing, Inland. Tuolta on tuo. Conceptualization. Olispa meillä joku hat? Meillähän on hat, mutta... Reaction speed. Esprittiä. Logic. Suggestion. Joo. Katonpa niin. Tällä luukilla, mitä me saadaan.
The mother of humanism stands above you, a precious and complex wax painting on a single pane of glass. A crack runs across the length of her body, her face oval and sad.
Sekin on toki whitejack. Katonpa Encyclopedia sitten, että jos me vähän buffaillaan siitä. Siitä me saadaan 2 heti. Meillä ei muuta tainnut olla vissiin. Encyclopediaan ei mielestäni ollutkaan. Ja täällä ei mikään ei miinusta antanut. Miksi mä oon ton? Ei oo mitään, ei oo Visual Calculusta. Vai oliko? Ei ollut. Se oli Encyclopedia, mikä se toinen oli. Mä laitan oman takkini päälle. Oma takki päällä, sen paremman näkön. Siis mä en ymmärrä minkä takia mä laitankin niin huono muisti näissä asioissa. Oli se Visual Calculus, okei. 83! How did I know this is the mother of humanism? 83, niin sehän on käytännössä 100%. 83%. Sillähän ei voi mennä metsään. Ja mennään.
Despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. The innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human being ever to have lived. No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever, as it haunts all men.
What exactly is an innocence? I've heard of the system.
The highest category of historic individual, an embodiment of the world spirit.
A ruler.
More, an innocence is elected to office by the founding party, a precedent that has taken place a mere 6 times in the entirety of history. The legal system of the Real Belt is built to accommodate an authentic rule should it coincide with our time. An innocence is infallible. The decisions made by one are not decisions. They are inevitabilities. What would have happened anyway? Only accelerated, packed into decades instead of centuries. An innocence is a continuous, compressed event, a sacred human being. It is an honor and a glory to live when one is in office.
Is one in office now?
No, we are alone.
When did she rule?
300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, by explorers from the continent of Muindi. She is, among other things, the innocence of inter-isolary travel, and the connected world.
What else do I know about her?
Many things. You know she was a woman of the court.
Joo, ei tarvitse
wife of
balansi
an
pleihin
influential
ollenkaan.
Marchese, and eventually the principal advisor to Irene la Navigateur, Queen of Serene, modern-day Sir Laclais. Also, that she was gorgeous beyond beauty. Draped in ancient sadness. Are you sure you want to remember this bit of historic trivia? Standing under a long, slender form like this, dwarfed?
Yes! Big bummer! Boring history! Gotta keep it light, man! Keep it moving! Get fucked up instead!
Where is this coming from?
The past. It's a silo of sadness, fermenting. You should keep away.
Fuck this pain, Bratan! It's unhealthy!
No, you must know.
Okay, what else? Was she smart?
Terribly, women of the court were expected to play both contract bridge and chess sufficiently well to prove an interesting challenge to a man. A simple grasp in matters of philosophy, theology, and science was encouraged. She was, by all means, a kept woman. She made the most of her position in the antediluvian court, a court visited by the most prominent thinkers and artists of the day. In secret, she was becoming the era's preeminent philosopher of the state, a scalpel, a piercing gaze. She was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. To her contemporaries, she appeared out of time, a messenger from the future of the species. We all fell in love with her, head over heels. Even before she was declared an innocence, her influence was tremendous. It was on her advice that Irene la Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale, a costly, often tragic endeavor, ultimately vindicated by the discovery of the new world, the piece of reality you're standing on. She was crowned 2 years after the first expedition returned, setting in motion what is widely considered the greatest era in history, the DeLorean era.
DeLorean. Eikö sillä menty kans? Eikö se oli DeLorean? Se on melkein sama juttu. Silleen niin kun tää kaikki tänne historiikki tässä pelissä on super mielenkiintoista. Mut sit mulla on vaikeuksia tavallaan niinku asetella se kohilleen, kun ei ole sellaista niinku selkeää käsitystä siitä, että mikä tää maailma on. Miten se tavallaan, koska se selkeästi tämän maailman asioita tietyllä tapaa varmaan voi verrata myös silleen niin kuin nykypäivä meidän maailmaan, mutta jotenkin tämä sitten kuitenkin tuntuu jotenkin niin sellaiselta etäiseltä kaikki niin kuin jutut, mutta totta kai siellä on paljon sellaisia, mitkä selkeästi ihan tarkoituksellisestikin vähän ehkä piikittää nykymaailman asioita, mutta...
Wow, indeed. When her innocence was declared, and the queen she had advised for years fell on her knees before her, she was so overcome with emotion that her lungs started glowing in her chest.
Ja Vikiähän on joskus närästänyt niin kovaa, että sillä... Onko tää keuhkoputki? En mä muista, mutta siis kurkku kuitenkin tästä, niin jotenkin olisi ruvennut punottaa ihon läpi. Se on niin kova närästys. Ken uskoo. Vähän sama energia tämän kanssa.
Bystanders reported golden filaments lighting the already sunlit chamber around her, clearly visible beneath her dress. That is why the lungs are the symbol of love.
Kurkkuputki. Onko olemassa kurkkuputkea? I want more.
As did we all. The lands of the Mesk and the Occident, and even far away Supreme Windy. Altogether, 21 of the 40 mundial nations of the time immediately accepted Innocentic rule, even before her crowning.
Her crowning?
In a city called Advesperaskit in Vespa Messina, her homeland, the name of the city means evening comes, but it happened on a winter's morning, with the canals frozen and slush falling out of the sky. She was dressed in a white and pearl dress, on an emptied-out plaza with the crowd far away. Already, her terriers, the secret servicemen of the Innocents, were worried about an assassination attempt.
She must have been beautiful.
Oh yes, she looked like humanity's young mother, a perfect mother, insultingly beautiful. It was as if her face and shoulders and hands were covered in a soft down of underfeathers. You know this well, very well. Midwinter snow was beating the cobblestones around her. A small attaché of officials stood by as her terriers placed a white gold wreath on her head. The crowning was mostly witnessed by secret servicemen. One of the men in this secret service killed her 22 years later. A young man who had come to suspect that Dolores Day was not entirely human, but something else. Something that had walked in our midst, watching us stumble for hundreds, if not thousands of years, until it decided to interfere in the course of our history. We were supposed to come up with this ourselves. The man was reported to have screamed at the Innocents. Dolores Day was shot in the chest with a fowling piece 8 times. The man, thought to be insane, said he once touched her and her body had been unnaturally warm, like a furnace, and that sometimes, while on duty, he observed her forgetting to breathe for over 10 minutes. This inhuman quality was witnessed by many others as well, glowing lungs and all. It is commonly attributed to mass hysteria and religious psychology.
Was there something terrifying about her?
Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory, or what remains of it. But terrifying, it's a simple word. She was bad for humanity, and you shouldn't have started thinking about her.
Was there something bad about her? I want to know.
You already do. Although she is often considered to be the greatest human being to ever live, there was something ominous about Dolores Day, constantly surrounded by her terriers.
Kurkkuputki aallotettu ruostumaton putki, terveisin Google. Tää on näitä merkkarista lääkäri.
She was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all the Innocences. Some modern thinkers would consider her a war criminal for the campaigns she waged against the Mesk state. And then there were the resettlement programs.
What happened?
The Mesk state tried to detach itself from Innocentic rule. Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from accelerating into secularism. Her mandatory education programs and mass resettlement of upstream Marguerite were problematic as well. Dissenters were suppressed by a military force she called the Army of Humanity. She adored chess, yes, but also military war games. Dolores Day often holds a tiny tin soldier between her index finger and thumb in icons such as this. She was also blonde, the blondest woman you have ever seen, with green eyes the color of the Pacentic, mare interregnum. Little is known of her Marchese husband. It's as if he vanished from history after completing his role, which was to introduce Dolores Day to court. In conclusion, yes, there is something lonely, paranoid, and even terrifying that people seldom mention, but feel when they think of her. This subtle terror is part of her iconography.
Lieutenant Yefrater, you've stood there for over 5 minutes. What are you thinking of, if I may ask?
Oisko tää jotenkin, kun mä mietin niinku tälleen niinku aatteellisesti, että oisko siellä jotain, mikä saattaisi liittyä tähän.
She's been dead for 300 years. I am almost 1,000% certain she isn't connected to the case. None of this is, in fact. This church, the coast, this isn't a good place to get lost in.
Me ei lähdetä tätä vielä rakentaa. Me saatiin se 58 ja se ei oo ehkä se mitä me halutaan. Mutta leveli me saatiin kyllä kans. Tokihan, jos me otetaan visual calculukseen pointti. Mut meillä oli jotain, mikä oli epäonnistunut aikaisemmin kanssa. Ei sun tuolta. Meillä on Volition Electronic Doorbell. Sitten meillä on Tomille, Homille, Empathy, Pain Threshold. Eikö meillä ole joku mikä? Ja... Man from Hellman series. Yhtään muista mitä tää on. Meidän tosta luodista ilmeisesti pitäisi tosiaan ottaa hand-eye coordination juttu, mikä on legendari. Mikä ei tule tapahtumaan. Gaston. Pain threshold challenging. Inland Empire legendary, mun mielestä aika kova kyllä. Älä viiti bugailla. Älä viiti bugailla. Tää ihan toimi niin kuin tämän pitäisi. Tää muistatteko me äsken epäonnistuttu joku? Mutta eikö nää nyt oo taas sit niin kuin... Mitä tarkoittaa se, että jos on valkoisella pohjalla? Nyt kaikki on yhtäkkiä valkoisella pohjalla. Ja tää rulla ei selkeästi toimi. Onko tässä... tässä toimii, tää toimii niinku näin. Okei, mä ajattelin, että tää tosta ottaa kiinni. Niin, kun mä mietin, että onko... Kun joku on valkoisella, joku taas ei. Onko tää bugannut vai onko se silleen niinku, että... Nää me ollaan onnistuttu. Tai jotain. Ei me näitä kyllä olla voitu onnistua. Vai onko nää valkoiset tavallaan, että me ollaan avattu ne jo uudestaan? Ja nyt mä en yhtään muista, missä näitä mitäkin on, mutta Toki tuo Volitio nyt on vähän sellainen, mihin mä haluaisin ehkä kans. Vähän ehkä tää auktoriteetti. Se ei ehkä ihan täysin sovi meille, vaikka me nyt tää psyykkeellä mennäänkin, mutta... Se on niinku meidän tyyppinen. Ja jotenkin ehkä tää visual calculus voisi olla ihan sellainen kätevä. Pitäisikö me heittää? Meidän hand eye on 3. Se on uskomattoman huono, niin kuin pitääkin olla. Tää kyllä, edelleen kun mä kuvittelen, että me ollaan aika tunteikas ja mielikuvituksellinen ihminen. Niin mun mielestä visual calculus kyllä sopii siihen. It enables you to create virtual crime scene models in your mind's eye. You see how the bullet shattered the glass and form the trace its structure with mathematical precision. Niin jotenkin se ehkä kuitenkin sopisi siihen, mitä mä teen. Mä laitan visual calculukseen pisteen. Mä laitan siihen pisteen. Toki me oltais voitu ottaa tollanen ajatusjuttu taas vaihteeksi. Mut jos me laitetaan siihen pointsi, ja sit jälleen lähdetään tästä visual calculusta. Visual calculusta tarjoamaan täällä. Ja tulee sieltä. Ja näistä tuli 1. Mitä näistä tuli? Näistä oli encyclopedia. Visual calculus. Paljon mä saadaan.
The mother of humanism stands above
72.
precious and complex wax painting on a single pane of glass. A crack runs across the length of her body, her face oval and sad.
Kyllähän 72 on aika varma, jos heittää kurkkuputkella, niin eikö se ole aika varma? Akkiri tarjosi Merkblessi, niin se on otettava. Saadaanko me muutama Merkblessi chattiin, niin sit lähtee. Me tarvitaan kaikki, ja myös jos Bless Renny tulee, niin sehän vaan parantaa todennäköisyyksiä. Okei. Okay. Severi pistää ihan tasapainottava Blehin ja sit lähtee. Visual Calculus, Reconstruct the Cracked Glass, Challenging, 72%. Helppo. Ja kyllä!
Shards falls into place in front of you. A ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one. And a text. A light motif below them both.
What shattered this mosaic?
Unknown.
Aha. Who is this older woman?
The escutcheon on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden Reichsapfel in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the queen her innocence day advised. Above, she herself is whole. Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen, Theriers, stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying detail.
The motto. What does it say?
Below both women, in luminous black letters, Après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau.
Below both women, in luminous black leather.
And then, along the left side, Après le monde, la gré. Après le gré, le monde de nouveau.
Lieutenant is used to say after life, death after...
Death, life again. After the whirl, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This exaltation is common in Dolorian sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan. No more, however.
Why?
It was deemed subservient to use a strongly moral intern-related motto. We already suspected of bootlicking. The sentence was also seen as too feminine. It was a macho thing.
Yep. What is the RCM motto now?
Justice, union, prudence, and force.
Not very, very feminine.
Not at all.
Step back. Mut saatiin se hoidettua kanssa.
The mother of humanism towers above you. A wax painting on a cracked pane of glass. Nothing has changed in her expression.
Run away. Ja pelikute päälle. Pelikute päälle saman tien. Eikä meillä muuta ollut. Joo. Vähän nuo hanskat kyllä häiritsee, kun ne on niin rumat. Ne on niin rumat. Käydäänpä juttelemassa tolle rapumiehelle täällä uudestaan vielä.
Oh, hey, wait. There's coffee in the back. Oh, wait. I meant the mother's love.
Myös kahvi on ihan hyvä. Have you been any chance heard the viejita say the password to her radio computer?
Too many times, essay. You need it for something.
Honestly, I just want to break into radio computer, see what's on it. Yes, it's for a first-degree murder investigation in Martinez.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrow, but doesn't say anything.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death.
Okay.
That is true. But what comes after death?
What you think of that? Makes me almost pity la niñita pequeña when I hear it. I think we're done here, essay.
Oh, se katos.
That was an interesting conversation.
Indeed.
However, I'm still not sure how it's relevant to our investigation.
No se, mutta me saatiin radioon. Musta tuntuu kans itse, että me ollaan siis mahdollisimman kaukana siitä meidän tutkimuksesta kuin vaan mahdollista. Me ollaan menty tosi, tiedätkö, niin kuin toiselle puolelle. Täällä ei ole mitään tekemistä enää minkään murhankaan missään.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated.
Vai onko? Mene ja tiedä. Press play again.
The speaker comes to life, Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good afternoon. Votre accident on Saint-Brun. This is the East
Yo.
Rapid Station 1.
Let's try this again. I think I may have right password.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Afterlife, death.
Good. I have unlocked the filament.
Nice.
After ending the call, please press print to access the filament. Votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Kiitos tästä.
Goodbye. Votre
Is it
accident.
all connected? Niin onko kaikki, siis ihan kaikki kuule yhdistetty toisiinsa? Ei voi tietää.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print buttons.
Press, print.
The printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal.
Read the printout.
The first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church, the door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
Do you think this log might be connected to the case?
Our case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local eccentric.
Read the second entry.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity.
Kissalla viiti. Isäntä lukee täällä nyt tällaisia entry. Se loge.
7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking Esca series, something advanced.
Why would she need an antenna?
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
Joo. Read the fourth.
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna. Had some problems setting it up. Called Simo for help.
Simo!
Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers. Artists, yet again. Harassing citizens, stealing badges, occupying public spaces with installations. Like the one.
Ja Leolle kanssa oikein loistava. Täällä todellakin pelataan niitä pelejä.
But at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked. I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
Data loss.
Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading.
Who are all those people?
Her friends? Colleagues? She must be quite educated if she knew how to set up all this.
Minkä takia aina tälleen, kun tiedät, niinku, sulla on tässä suolapähkinöitä ja sä aloitat sillä, että sä otat, se on sama siis minkä herkun kanssa, sä aloitat sillä, että sä otat yhden kerralla ja haluat syödä niitä silleen niinku sivistyneesti. Ja sitten hetken päästä sulla on kourallinen ja nyt sä vaan kaadat niitä. Ja tiikerille kanssa oikein loistava. Read the fifth entry.
12th of February, 51. Brought some
Ei ollut
food
kaupassa
from the
ainakaan.
grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
Tuossa meidän lähikaupassa ei ole chilipähkinöitä. On siis sellaisia pieniä pusseja, mutta siellä ei ole puolen kilon pussia. Se ei ole mun mielestä vörtti ostaa. Vähän niinku huumeiden kanssa, että aina pitää nostaa annosta. Niin, sepä. Vähän riittää sit yhtäkkiä. Vedetäänkin jo roppakaupalla.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder.
Mm-hmm.
Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
Read the 6th.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audiospatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
Is she talking about?
Lieutenant looks to his right toward the silence. Read the 7th entry.
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the Swallow is real, and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence, with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
Mitä hittoa? But what could it be? Look at the water basins behind you.
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples.
Read the 8th entry.
March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music. One neo-disco song over and over again.
Jep, se siellä soi kovasti kans.
Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good. I don't want anyone distracting me from my work.
Se oli rapumies sen selän takana.
That disco man must be a cell.
Tuli taas. Ha. Perjantaina tulee se uusi Lego-peli. Mikä Lego-peli sieltä on tulossa? Mitä siellä on tulossa? Vois käydä ostamassa vähän suolapähkinöitä, jos taas kaapissa rusinoita, onhan se aika hyvä kombo. Se kyllä toimii. Joo, alle puoli kiloa. Siis pointtihan on siinä, että ostanko mä 120 gramman pussin 2,5 eurolla vai ostanko mä 500 gramman pussin 2,5 eurolla, niin ei tarvi miettiä. Kuninkaan paluu pidennetty versio isolta kankaalta, yli 4 tuntia täyttä tykitystä, let's go. Joo, ne on aivan perseestä, joo, alkuperäiset teatteriversiot on parempi. Monesti menee se, että jos on paljon hyvää, niin kun sitä hyvää lisää liikaa, niin sit se ei ole enää hyvä. Ei se oikein, ei se näin ole. Ei se näin. Neuro on vaan väärässä näiden suhteen. Neuro se ei jaksa istua. Se on se ongelma. Eikä mitään välitaukoja mihinkään elokuvaan. Se menee se flow poikki. Ihan hirveetä katsoa, että aina elokuvaa jossain seurassa. Jossain seurassa silleen. Niin kuin esimerkiksi kun on asunut kotona, jolla on porukoiden katsottu leffaa, niin sitten ne on silleen niin keski-elokuvat. Pistä paussille, me käydään tupakilla. Vähän se, että mitä vittua. Se menee se kaikki tavallaan, se build-up, se kaikki niin kuin katkee siinä ihan täysin. Ihan sama kuin tässä entryjen lukemisessa. Kaikki pääsi yhtäkkiä siihen fiilikseen, lisää entry, mitä tapahtuu, ja nyt puhutaan jostain vitun välitauvoista. Joo, ne on heikoille kyllä. Käykää pissalla ja käykää tupakoimassa ennen elokuvaa, ja sit istutte elokuvan läpi. Niin, näin, siitä ei keskustella. She must be describing a seal.
A girl on the ice?
Yep.
Sounds like her, yes.
Kyllä. Read the ninth entry.
March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers. Ping energy drinks.
Let's go.
Water. Toothpaste. Gum. Also some canned air. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door opening.
What the fuck?
A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Hei, onko tää on? Sona the programmer. Hello? Sori, me tungettiin ja pengottiin sun tietokone. Tai sun radiokompuutteri. Leo, lopeta nyt tuo vihaaminen samaan. Se tuli koodaamaan tähän.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
Ja teknisesti mehän ei murtauduttu, jos me tiedetään salasana. Meneekö se niin?
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
En pitänyt hirvittävän paljon noista Lotterin myöhemmin sitten oppinut arvostaa niitä, olen lukenut kirjat. Mä en itse ole lukenut ja musta tuntuu, että mä en koskaan tule lukemaankaan. Mä tykkään kyllä varmaan tietynlaista sellaista, en mä nyt tiedä taas onko se Lotterissa vai missä, mutta kuuluu juttua, että on sellaista, että jotain kiven sammalta kuvaillaan 8 sivua. Niin vähän sellainen. Niin. Ei, not my thing, not my thing. Mutta ei olisi ihan kiva kyllä lukea, mutta ei vaan jaksa. We are on a side case representing certain music venue or organizer. Yo, we are not breaking in. No, not just breaking in. I'm pursuing a mysterious lead, searching for my lost identity.
You won't find any answers from here.
Aha. Selvä.
It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
En oo tuonut mitään.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
Joo. Kyllä se on vaan tällä tavalla. Oot sä puutannut sen? Have you booted it all?
What is it?
I didn't break anything, did I?
No, you just
Yes.
printed out my personal log and wasted some paper.
No joo. Sorry, but who are you? What are you doing here?
I am Soona Luukkanen Kilde.
Soona Lukkanen!
Fortress Accident and RSA.
Ja tori oli varattu.
I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages.
Kova. No en oo pelannut tätä peliä. En oo pelannut first playthrough. Jos mä olisin laittanut sen tagin sinne, niin sit joku huomauttaa, kun mä pelaan jotain, tiiätsä, niinku Skyrimia. Ei tämä ole sinun ensimmäinen läpipelyysi. Koska chatti on taas tollanen. Siis onhan tuo ihan selkeä suomi-aksentti, jos ei Soona Luukasesta pystynyt lukemaan. Lead program Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of program experience. Let's go.
If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
Have you seen the Crap Man?
Nope.
Okay. But you know he's around.
Yes.
He's seen you. And the Crap Man has seen you.
I don't care. I don't care about crap men.
Aha. Mua kyllä vähän kiinnostaisi rapu ihmiset kyllä. Why are there so many machines in this place?
I brought them here.
Joo.
These are my machines. Please don't touch anything.
Why do you need antenna? Point to it.
I use the AR1 as my RAIN prefix processing unit.
Okay. RAIN prefect. That's your ready computer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that antenna is it processing unit?
Yes. You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you?
Not really.
All right. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna.
Wait, what's on air?
On the front, the unified front of radio waves, licensed and controlled by Lintel in the East Insulindic region. It's all around us. That's what on air means.
Frame perfect unit, vai frame perfect unit.
Like love.
I mean, the AR1 is the good antenna.
I guess it is. So far I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable. But it's not the cheapest one on the market, so I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians.
Okay.
Anyway, You should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieus dedicated to that.
En ole ostamassa mitään omaa radiokielkonetta, lopeta nyt.
She liked telling me this. It calmed her nerves.
No niin. What are you doing with your radio computer?
I'm working.
Okay.
The machine seems almost alien with its pulsing core. The light casts in her face in a strange shadow.
Working on what?
Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point? I really need to focus on something.
Siis mä olen siinä pisteessä nyt.
It's not just rudeness. It really is hard to concentrate on whatever she needs to do. And you're not helping.
Sorry. What about those bowls of water over there?
They are connected to my rain prefect. Whatever you do,
Ja frame
please
perfect.
don't move them, okay? Thanks.
Okay. I'll try not to touch anything. Next question.
Great.
Wow. What are you doing in abandoned church?
You really like those questions, don't you?
Joo, mä oon poliisi.
They're bloodshot. She really hasn't been getting much sleep lately, has she?
I'm a police officer. It's my job to ask questions.
I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out.
Ei me olla heittämässä ketään ulos. What research?
I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
What the fuck? Sieltä tulee joku tulhu nousee vielä. Eli chulhu nousee ylös sieltä.
She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said. The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
Is the hole connected to the data loss in your journal?
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that.
Okay. A hole in the world. What does that mean exactly?
Exactly. What does it mean?
Yep.
Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing. What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist?
Joo.
That's a little above your pay grade at
Hei!
the moment.
Se on vähän kyllä joo ehkä. Logiikka ei päässyt läpi. Meillä oli väärät pöksyt jalassa. Does it mean we're now living in a world that has hole in it? Can you understand how we're talking about something that doesn't exist, let alone measure it?
You measure it by its surroundings, by that which does exist, which is what I've been trying to do. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence, to find out where it begins. But honestly, it's not progressing very well.
Oh, silent staring at a circle of basins. Basins. It looks like some ancient ritual.
But does it have anything to do with necroplasmic life forms? Ghosts, in everyday parlance.
Okei, mun on pakko kysyä vähän kummituksesta. Does it have anything to do with the ghosts?
Ghosts? No, I don't think so. I don't believe in ghosts.
Aha. What about other supernatural entities?
I don't believe in them either.
What not many know is necroplasma exists.
Great. What are we talking about? And why?
Okay. Do you have any idea where this hole might be located?
Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
Okay.
Only a faint crisscross of rafters can be made out from the dark, most of the tower disappearing into the shade. Strange things may flourish in the dark.
Why there?
There's this place at the back of the church, a place where all audible vibrations seem to decease. I've named it the Swallow, and the higher you go, the less you record.
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk?
Maybe, but it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place.
This is where the crapman lives.
I know.
You don't think the crapman might be somehow responsible here?
No, I don't.
Kissa, et voi tulla. Et voi nyt, hei, oikeesti, nyt loppuu täällä. Ihan käsittämätön.
She sounds mildly annoyed by this line of questioning. Her hands type in hundreds of commands into the machine.
You said the research isn't going well. Why not?
Because it's just trial and error, trying to locate the swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work.
Okay. That's all I want to know about this scary 2mm hole in the world for now.
Great. Thanks.
How do you feel about anodic dance music?
What? I hate it.
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
Have you even listened to it? Like, actually listened?
Yeah. Like, all the time. My tent neighbors don't really ease up with their partying, do they?
Hey.
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music.
Right. But how do you feel about club for anodic dance music?
This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub.
Kyllä on suomalainen ihan varmasti 100%. Kari tekee kans loistava. Hänen nimensä oli vielä... Mikä se oli? Se oli joku Soona Luukanen. Ja tässä aika paljon kuitenkin on niin. Eikä tää ollut virallinen studio. What do they want to build then?
Take a guess, why don't you?
A petting zoo. Maybe some community space to help the elderly. Can we select nightclub for entering dance music? They said it's their dream.
I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks.
Okay.
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
Come on. Joo, eli sellainen ja autosavea sieltä. Help Raver start the nightclub. Tell Andre about Soona started the nightclub. Tämä on silleen mun mielestä niinku tosi mielenkiintoisia ja hauskoja, mutta sit samaan aikaan mulla on vaan se fiilis, että ei niinku edesauta millään tapaa meidän murhan selviämistä. Ja tähän loppuu tämänkertainen jakso Disco Elysiumia. Ensi kerran kun me pelataan, niin ehkä me mennään juttelemaan sinne ja koetaan vähän tutkia ympäristöä, jos me saataisiin jotain selvitettyä jostain lisää. Ja näin. Näillä eväillä varmaan seuraava. Kiitoksia oikein paljon seurasta. Mun nimi on Merkuri, tämä oli palanen Disco Elysiumia. Jätä ihmeessä tykkäys ja kommentti, jos siltä tuntuu. Ja katsot seuraava video. Tai joku toinen video. Nähdään tulevissa jaksoissa. Se on meikäläisen puolesta.